Welcome to Not Your Average Neighbor, the podcast celebrating inspiring individuals and the amazing work they do in our community. I'm Ann Roshar, your host, inviting you to join me as we shine a light on stories of resilience, connection, and good news. Let's build a neighborhood that uplifts and inspires, one story at a time. Hey neighbors, it's Ann Roshar, the hostess with the mostest for your favorite podcast and mine, Not Your Average Neighbor. We are back for season 3, and I am so excited to be here. Now, just a couple notes for those of you who don't know, the reason why I took a quite long hiatus from my wonderful community that I've created here is that back in August, unfortunately, I received a worst parents' nightmare call regarding my son. He was just taking a drive and got in an accident, and it was a pretty bad accident. But we are here 5 months later, and he is thriving and surviving, and we are so pleased about that. So that is why it just took me a little bit of time to get rejuvenated and back into the action of doing podcasts. But I'm so glad you are all here. What I would like to also say is thank you to all of my neighbors and friends and family who have shown support over the last 5 months. We couldn't do this without our village, and we're so lucky to have everyone either just check in, continually ask, if we need anything or how Jackson's doing. And the answer is he still goes to PT, but a couple times a week, but literally he is doing amazingly well considering the accident. And if you saw the car, then you know what I'm talking about. So anyway, I just wanted to say thank you to everyone who helped us in all the ways that we needed our village. And that's what this podcast is all about, really. It is surrounding ourselves with people who are doing amazing things in the community, but are thoughtful and smart and beautiful and glamorous. And that is who's today's guests are. And I am so excited to have joining me two amazing neighbors right here in Cedar Rapids and Palo, actually, excuse me. I don't want to exclude the Palo. So we are introducing Rina Jensen and Kendra Aarhus Van Kerkhoff. And if I did not say that right, I'm going to be really embarrassed, Kendra, because I don't usually say your married name. Oh, I can't hear you. Wait, I can't hear you.
Did I fix it?
Yes.
Okay.
Perfect.
So sorry about that. In all reality, I don't even have a married name. I only have it on Facebook. So I don't know. It makes my husband feel better.
Okay, so it's Kendra Aarhus. That's what we do. Or just Kendra,
Yeah, legally
One
speaking.
you,
I
one
think Madonna, just one name. It's fine.
Yeah. I think that works just fine for me. So I'm so lucky to have you guys here. I know you're very busy women. I'm just going to briefly introduce our audience to you. Kendra Aarhus is the co-founder of U Conferences, a woman-centered movement designed to cultivate resilience, confidence, and authentic leadership. Through these transformative events and powerful storytelling, she and her business partner, Rina, create spaces where women feel seen, equipped, and empowered to step boldly into who they are. Okay, and then Rina. Thank you so much, Rina. Rina Jensen is the co-founder of U Conferences and Aligned Collective, two distinct spaces dedicated to helping women bridge the gap between who they are and who they are becoming, where deep self-understanding meets real-world action. U Conferences is a woman-centered movement, and it's designed to spark a catalytic Is that correct? Aha moments through starting lasting change. I'm really screwing that up. So let's just stop talking and reading off of a screen and get right down to it. Ladies, thank you so much. Rina, Kendra, I'm so glad you're here. Now I've had the pleasure of attending all, I think, but one U conference that you all have put on, and I'm not sure why oh, maybe it was PWN was going on the same day. But let's start out with, what year was U Conferences founded? I want to say 2017.
Close. It was first planned in 2017.
Okay, so
Yeah.
2018?
Our first conference was March of 2018. Yep.
And it was a blizzard in March.
Yes. Yes, it was. A foot of snow, if not more. 5 feet.
It
I heard
was
5 this time.
it was crazy, and the amount of women that still showed up, I bet you guys were a little surprised by that, as well as ecstatic and relieved that people were still going to come. Rain nor sleet nor snow, nothing was holding us back from this time together.
Yeah, and honored. We were really honored.
Yeah, that's fair.
That was it was early. We started early in the morning on a Saturday, and the snow had started before we did. So
Snow was coming in sideways, guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
It wasn't
And
even,
that
it was coming from God knows where.
like derecho snow.
It was awful.
Yeah. What I remember about that event is I loved the space. It was at the Campbell Steel Gallery. I love that space. Well, it was called something else then, I think. And
it was called the Mockingbird.
that's right. It was cozy and warm, and we did such a fun art project where we each had a word and we wrote our words. And mine, I believe, was bad. What was your word, Rena?
Mine was limitless.
I don't remember
Kendra.
what mine was. I don't remember.
I knew you were going to.
I still have mine.
I believe I do too. But you know, when you move, even 4 years, you don't always unpack everything. But I need to get that back out so I can remind myself that I am still a badass every day, and wake up and give that energy. So let's just learn a little bit.
I'm pretty sure that was the last year we did custom artwork. Like that was the first and last year that we let everybody decide what their artwork was going to say.
Yeah. Well, it was a lot on your part, right, Kendra? Or was it Eric's?
Yeah. My husband owns a printing company, and he had to do a lot of work for that.
And I'm sure he's glad that that artwork changed to everyone does the same thing. Yeah. We just give you a kit and you go make art. But it was sure fun and different. And so that's what I really look forward to every single time I attend this conference. How many years is it? Okay, 2018, but let's do the math. That's 8 years, right? So this is your 8th conference? No.
No, it's more
than that. Yeah. We used to do 2 conferences per year. So 18, 19, and 20 were 6 conferences. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. This is our 12th conference.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Incredible. And let's just start with where the idea came from for a full day conference for women to take time for themselves. Who wants to start that conversation?
Kendra came back from a conference where she had a whole entourage, and
well, I was in direct sales at the time, and I was really ranked very high in my direct sales company. But I also own my own small business, and I just saw like the ability to be able to go to a big space and like learn together and connect with other people. And I'm very loud to me that we don't have that as small business owners. So like maybe if it's like I know, and you probably attend real estate type conferences and things like that. Like when you're a part of a larger organization, there is the ability to do that kind of stuff. And there wasn't, I saw, for like small business owners or people that worked with small business owners to like kind of really connect with each other. But what Rena was talking about was when I went to that conference, I did have a big entourage around me because I was ranked very high in my company. And like, there's kind of a, gosh, this is going to sound so stupid, but there's kind of a celebrity status about it when you go and you're ranked very high. And like, so I was very recognized. People were taking pictures with me and stuff. And I enjoy that very much. It was very fun. But anyway,
who doesn't?
I mean, that was great. But when we got home, the airplane landed, and my husband goes, "Well, what are you going to do now that you don't have an entourage around you?" And that was also very loud to me that we don't, I was making an impact with people around the country in this organization that I was a part of, but I wasn't making an impact in my own backyard. So I started talking, and at the time, and probably still now, but at the time, she was really well known in the community for teaching people how to network, for being a good networker, for like being a catalyst for people coming together. So it was kind of a natural fit that we planned the conference from that idea.
I love that.
What'd you say, Raina?
You should do that.
I should do that again. I should start teaching people how to network again.
Well, I feel like it'd have to be different. Like
it would, yeah.
I mean, so this was all, 2017. We were planning this. It's pre-pandemic. People were doing things differently. Then we went through pandemic situation. People did things very differently. And then we had post-pandemic. And now we're kind of in this, like, I hate the phrase new normal, but it's kind of this ever evolving how we, everything was all online for a while. And then people were tired of online. And now there's kind of a hybrid convenience of things being online or in a Zoomy situation,
Right.
And the whole goal, we decided on March because the first quarter of the year is over in March, and people are getting a little lax in their goals or their resolutions or whatever it is that they were striving to accomplish in that year. And then after that one was, such a success, where I said to Kendra, let's do this again in October so we can help people push into the new year, like finish the year strong and build more connections and motivate people to like really re-engage with their goals and their resolutions. And she was like, yeah, let's do it. So we did. And then we did that for 2 more years. And they were like, this is dumb and a lot of work.
And not a lot of, I'm sure.
Yeah. Like we don't do it for anything other than
like all of that work and then a lot of stress and time spent on that when you could be focusing on other things as well. And to be quite honest, I don't think I went to every single one then, because I don't know that I went to the fall ones because, things just came up. So now I'm going to take that feather out of my cap that I did to almost all of them.
Well, and we learned fall is really like a conference season in the world. And so we were competing a lot with other conferences. We also felt like in the spring, people are a little less busy. I mean, in March, we're still cold, and at least in this part of the country. So we felt like we would have a better chance of getting people to come. And also for planning purposes, it's really easier for Rena and I to plan, like the real planning happens like January through March versus, summer. We didn't want to plan a
right. No,
Yeah.
we want to be outside and enjoy that weather.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And what I think stands out, I mean, what you should feel great about is the fact that it is still going on. It's still going strong. We still have new voices to hear from. We still have people that we need to be reminded of their great messages that they have shared with us. So I think that really a round of applause for continuing to make this grow, make it exciting, but also make people who have come in the past say, I have to sign up for this again. So kudos to you both.
Thank you. Yeah, it's not been easy. We have several times have had conversations about, is this the last conference? Like trying to slip quietly away in the night without anybody noticing, and that just doesn't happen.
Yeah,
because you do it for yourselves as well, right? Like I do this podcast to talk to people that give me good vibes, that fills my bucket, so then I can go out and do more good as well. So it is a little selfish that you do this. You want that
Mhm.
feeling. It's good. It's okay. I
Yeah.
mean, that's, oh my God, seriously. Watching myself like lag is so funny. So when you watch the video, if you watch this on Spotify or YouTube, I will be looking like a robot.
We
But
love that for you,
anyway, I
Annie.
digress. What?
We love that for you.
Oh, thanks. Thanks so much. Thanks so much. So let's dig into a little bit more. So, what can we expect for Fiercely You that is taking place at the end of this month? Give us all the deets about Fiercely You and why we should attend.
Well, I'll start by talking a little bit about our keynote speaker, Michelle. It's in her bio. She hardly said anything that, I mean, she talked about herself she's a mom, mom, career, all these things. Her boys are professional basketball players. So she is from the Prairie School District, and they played basketball through high school and college, and now they are both pro players. And they have taken that opportunity and created some really cool things for for the Cedar Rapids community. She's got, and I don't have her bio and stuff in front of me, so I'm gonna a few things, but she's got a nonprofit she's going to talk about. And just how she's poured into the community and into kids, and how they're using that talent that they get home, just their homegrown talent, and created something really meaningful with it. And I mean, that's not all she's going to talk about, but that's a lot about who she is. But also about finding yourself as a mom and a career woman, and empty nester, and like all of these things. So she's a really cool chick. So I don't know, what else do you want to tell people about, Rina? What are you excited about?
I listen, I love to be in a room full of women. And I think probably why I still participate, aside from the fact that you would probably murder me if I quit.
Yeah, dead.
Um, the women and the connections and the community that's built at a conference is the most beautiful thing to witness and be a part of. And that is hands down my favorite part.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna come,
Absolutely.
you're gonna learn some things, but you're also gonna be really inspired. So we have different types of speakers. We have speakers that teach things that maybe you haven't had time to learn yourself, or that you could use clarification on. Our target audience is really women business owners. However, with that said, we make sure that those topics are broad enough that you wouldn't be bored to tears. We're not be learning like nuance of accounting or anything like that.
Right.
We wouldn't sell any tickets if we were. But you'll
We talk. The other thing is about our breakout sessions. We are very intentional about the topics that we have. We were the first conference that I'm aware of that had a speaker specifically about pelvic floor health. And because we're women, and first and foremost, we are business. We are who we are, and experiencing the things that we're experiencing, and worrying about the things in our lives, no matter what room we're in, and having real conversations about the things that are important to women, whether it's taboo to talk about them in public or not, like pelvic floor health or hormones or whatever the case may be. So it's not just business. We're mixing all of the things that matter to women. And I think that's probably why primarily, aside from Kendra's husband and my partner, those are the only two men in the room, and the audiovisual guys. It's really for women.
It
yeah,
is, but like you said, you can absolutely be a man and be in the room if the topics are something that interest you for whatever reason. Like certainly all are welcome, and that's what I love about it too, because although it is targeted to women, maybe there's husbands out there that are struggling with perimenopause and want to learn more about how to help their partner.
my husband has said many times that he's learned a lot about just communicating with women in a different way. I think fundamentally women and men communicate differently, obviously every person is going to be different than the next person beside you, right? So it's, you can't make things so black and white. But he said he has definitely picked up on things that have helped him as an employer of women. And I think most of his employees are women. So yeah, so I mean, I just think that's really one of my favorite things about the conference is, and Anne, you could probably attest to this as an attendee more than I could as a facilitator,
Organizer.
is that you like the connections that people make at that conference can really impact the rest of your year or life. Maybe we've seen people make partnerships and friendships that have led to lots of things.
No, absolutely. And I think that is when you walk into a room where it's filled with strangers, and then you come back each year or each session, and you are in a room filled with friends. It's very powerful and very special. And I just really appreciate the fact that you women saw that there was a need for small business. As a realtor, I am my own business. So I'm constantly needing to connect personally as well as professionally with other women in the area. So it around small businesses. I feel like it's for all women who just see a need. Now, one special memory I have from last year is watching Amy Eaton, our friend Amy Eaton, who is a fellow realtor, a colleague of mine. She got up and talked about her amazing solo trip to Costa Rica and how it inspired her to write a book. She was actually on a prior season of Not Your Average Neighbor. So we will share that with you if you want to revisit what that book is. I think it was called Woke and Other Four-Letter Words. Is that correct?
Yep. Yeah.
And I loved watching her, and I could get teary about it because it's not easy to get up in front of people, whether you're passionate about it or not, to get up in front of people and share such a personal story. And she did it, and I was just so proud of her. And just so that's what I love too, is that you are giving women permission to explore speaking, or at least explore a story of themselves and how they've pushed through or persevered or did something different, and they didn't die from it. It was like a great experience. So that is another favorite part of mine of this conference, is not only the main speakers, but those stories of you really are beneficial and inspiring.
Yeah, I'm going to agree that Amy's talk was. I also here. I cried when I introduced her to her breakout session because I was so excited for her to be there. And when she messaged me and said, "I think I'm going to apply to speak," oh my God, I was so excited. and
Absolutely.
and since then, like I don't know if speaking is something that she wants to do on a regular basis or not, but she's had several opportunities since the conference because of her talk to go out into the community and share that story with more people. And I think it's a beautiful thing. I don't know if it was kind of maybe it was intentional in your mind, but it wasn't exactly intentional in my mind when we first created the conference to have that be one of the main side effects of the conference. We knew that we had things to share, and we knew that other people in the community had things to share, and it really morphed into this thing that was more about the women in our community and raising up their voices. And Amy is a perfect of that because she was spot on, soul led, and heart filling, and it was just the most beautiful breakout session that I can remember. And yes, I'm a little biased, but I'm like legit.
I don't think it was an intention from the beginning. I think it was more intention to share my own message from the beginning and for you to share yours. I didn't intend for it to go for 8 years or 12 conferences or anything like that. However, the impact of other people sharing their stories, and something that I kind of learned early on, is that there's not a lot of places in the world or in the community, in a small, I don't even know about a small community, but to get your foot on a stage for the first time, or maybe the second or third time, to find a stage to get your foot on, because it's kind of like getting your first job. You graduate school or college and you apply for a job and they're like, well, we need you to have experience and then we'll give you a job. And you're like, well, where the hell am I going to get experience? So I think it's kind of the same. It's hard to find a stage at all. And then when you do apply, a lot of times you're like, oh, you've never spoken anywhere before. What if you suck? So we give people that opportunity to have that first stage to stand on.
Absolutely. And let me just put in a plug for your daughter, Alex, who has absolutely killed the introduction or the outro of the conference. Gosh, I don't know how many times she's done it. I'm a huge fan of hers. She speaks so freely and eloquently and always brings tears to my eyes as well, just because she's so bold and unafraid. It seems, at least from the seat that I'm sitting. So
she started out, well, her first time was when she was 9 and she outroed the conference, and she wasn't afraid then. But, the world got to her, and now she's 17 and she's terrified, but she still does it. I don't know if she's going to be doing anything this year. I still have to maybe nudge her to do an intro for me or something, but she definitely, I think about having her up there lets us all see ourselves as 17-year-olds, or whatever. I think it's kind of one of the things that she gives us is the ability to see ourselves in a younger space and maybe give ourselves a little bit of grace.
Absolutely. And I remember one other memorable moment when we were out at Kirkwood. And you had us all bring or send you a picture of our younger selves. And we had to look at that and do an exercise of what would you say to that young self now? And I literally started sobbing. That young me had no idea how beautiful life could be. And so it was a really special exercise that we did. And I just think that we need to do that more, reflect on what we could, maybe not go change. We don't want to go back. We always want to move forward, but also just in that opportunity, talked kindly to that younger self was really.
Yeah. Well, I think that's the whole thing with that. You can't be mean to that little girl, and that little, you may have changed a lot, but your eyes are still the same and your soul is still the same,
Mm-hmm, yeah. Mm-hmm. Even remembering that moment brought tears to my eyes because it was
absolutely. So tell us how to register, how to get our for the upcoming Fiercely You. It's correct.
Yeah.
Yes. You can go to our website. It's Fiercely You. Nope, it's not. It is youconferences.com/events, and you can get the tickets. The direct link to the tickets are on that site.
And tell me what is on the agenda for the conference.
Oh gosh. Well, we have speakers. We have a live podcast that's going to be filmed. So the conference is on a Wednesday evening from 4 to 8 p.m. That's kind of an optional thing, but you're going to miss out if you miss out. That's a very good opportunity to come warm yourself up to the people in the room, to meet other people, have some snacks, some drinks. We're going to have a live podcast broadcasting. We're going to have a little grounding session. We're going to listen to some music. We're going to have a great time. And then the next day is the conference, and then we get down to business. And so we have, I think, 3 or 4 stories, you speakers, people that are going to inspire you with a story. And then I can't remember the exact amount of breakouts because we have a different amount this year, but I want to say 4 breakout sessions. We're going to keep everybody in the same room this year. So we're together all day long. We're going to have an amazing lunch. We're going to have coffee all day. You can come and you don't even have to eat breakfast ahead of time. We'll have breakfast for you. And it's a nice time. So you should come in.
And an opportunity.
Sorry. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
And an opportunity to get a free headshot by the
Yes.
amazing Monroe and Co. Photography. She
Yes.
is outstanding.
Yeah.
And she will be doing that on Wednesday evening. So when we say you're going to miss out if you don't attend Wednesday, you will miss out if you don't attend Wednesday.
That
And
is
it's a deal. It's a free headshot. Like, come get it. And our food, I also want people to know that we accommodate gluten-free and dairy-free and sometimes vegan. Most everything that we have is everything we have is available to every level of food sensitivity or not. And that's really important because there have been people that have actually said to us later, this is the first conference that I was at that I could actually eat the food. That's also very important to us. We don't just want to give a stage for women to share stories and their knowledge, but we also want to make sure that everybody feels included and considered everything that we do.
Yeah.
that is really important and becomes more so, with people realizing that, oh, I didn't know I had celiac disease. And now they're like, I feel amazing because I'm not eating gluten. So, no,
Yeah.
for sure, that is important. And a detail that I can say I just tried to accommodate the masses when I did my former gig at BWN. So I'm sure there are a lot of people that appreciate that.
Yeah. It's hard to do. But, you have 150 people in the room. You're going to have at least a few that will appreciate more than words. And if you get the right caterers and the right people in place, then nobody else is missing out, which is also important. Like me, I'm a literal garbage disposal. I'll eat anything. And I don't feel left out. I buy the food that's there. I don't feel drawn down. So I think that's important.
No, absolutely. We get hungry. We are hungry ladies.
Yeah. Oh, believe me, one time we did have a shortage of food situation, and that has become even more important because you do not want to be on the receiving end of a bunch of hungry women.
And now we always have plenty of leftovers that we get to take home.
Yeah, I'm not complaining about that.
Win-win, win-win.
Mhm.
So again, March 25th, 4 to 8 out at Ashton Hill Farm in
Yep.
Marion. And then the fun starts March 26th at what time?
8 a.m.
Wednesday, March
25th.
5th at
Yeah,
4 p.m. and the 26th at 8 a.m.
8 a.m. Okay, perfect. And they go to uconferences.com/events to register. I would say, if nothing else, take the time as a busy woman in business and take the time for you, because it will definitely benefit your business, your relationships, the little negative voice in your head will get a little quieter during this time. And it's just a great experience. Before I let you all go, I want you to talk about your other things that are coming up that you're working on, because you don't just do this. So who wants to go
No.
first?
I'll let
Go ahead,
Rena go.
Kendra.
Oh, me? Okay. I'll go first. I have a lot going on. I own 3 businesses, so I'm co-founder of the U Conferences, but I also own a salon space called the Radiance Room. I'm a cosmetologist that doesn't cut and color hair, but I do brows and lashes. I do hair and makeup for special events. I'm putting in a head spa right now in my new space in Palo. So I just bought the old bank space in Palo. So I not only have the salon in there, but I also have a gift store that is on small local business owners or crafters that create things locally. So usually within a 40-mile radius, but I go a little further for some things. And so you can come and get some Iowa-based gifts. And then we also have a soda shop and coffee shop in here too that's owned by a
Oh my
local dad
gosh.
called Wilder Thrift. And we open, hopefully, fingers crossed, on Friday the 6th, but for sure on Monday the 9th if our inspections don't go as well. Then we'll be open by Monday the 9th.
Of this month? Holy moly, I'm so excited.
Yeah, 2 days.
Just, I mean, Rena loves this, that and it seems not joking. Every year I make a big life change right about March, April. Yep. I do that because you know what? I Rena, that's why.
And you love to drive her crazy.
Somebody asked us yesterday if we were sisters. It seems like it some days. Sadly, no.
Soul sisters, that's for sure. And you're, kind of TikTok famous. I love it when I see you on my algorithm and on my stories. So I'm sure that'll start happening again. You take breaks, but you're always so good at that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rena, your turn. You're up to a bunch of stuff too. You're just not switching it right now.
No, well, I kind of. Most of the switch happened last year. So I am also the co-founder of a company called Align Collective. And that is, I'm still doing the same subconscious kind of work, coaching that I was doing before. But now my business partner, Jenna, is a nervous system regulator, basically. And we're working with women business owners specifically on expanding their capacity for life and business. If we aren't at all that we can maintain, not being stressed and making decisions based on logic and reason versus out of fear, then that's our goal. Our goal is to help women become the version of themselves that they really wanted to be for a long time. And we are in the process of building a community for that. So there's an online version of that community, and there'll be some in-person opportunities for that as well.
Great. Are you guys doing anything at you conferences like the grounding? Is that what she's doing?
That's actually not us. That's one of the women that is on our power panel. Teresa Jensen is going to be doing that. She is in the middle of her second yoga training, yoga teacher training. I think it was 300 hours before. So whatever the next level is for that. So she'll be actually doing that. But Jenna will be manning a table for us at the conference on Wednesday evening, to help people understand what it is that we do. We have all kinds of fun technological gadgets that we help our clients use and just deepen their understanding of themselves.
Awesome. Well, I'm so excited. I know I haven't signed up yet, but take that part out. I don't need to say that. I haven't signed up yet. I fully intend to. I just, life. It's busy.
We know.
And
we know how it goes.
Bless.
And that's okay. I mean, we have procrastinators special for a reason.
Yes. I could teach a class on that. How to be a badass procrastinator and still survive.
You know what? Things getting done at the last minute are still getting done, as far as I'm concerned.
That's right.
And I am way better busy. That's what I say all the time. If you leave me to my own devices, it is me being in bed, scrolling on the TikToks and not moving for 8 hours. So if I'm busy,
you need to come over to Aligned Collective. We can help you navigate all of those.
Perfect. Well, thank you, ladies, so much. I'm going to put in the information into the marketing stuff. And so everyone will have a chance to take a look deeper into you conferences. And I would just say join us because it's a blast. And again, you just need that time. Now, to go out before we close this, I do have a just a little fun question. And that is, what is your current, what is your walkout song going to be for the event? Like, what is your vibe right now as far as getting you ramped up?
My, that is an excellent question.
Or is it not a song?
You know what? One thing what comes to mind is always I get kind of in my head sometimes about the vibe. I want to communicate properly, and sometimes I get a little too stiff. So all I know is that I really focus before the conference on loosening up and making sure that my message is received, but it's received in a way that people can receive it, so they're not bored to tears or they don't feel like I'm being too stuffy. I want to make people laugh and smile and all of that too.
You do a great job of that, actually. And I know that you feel that, but not what comes off. So just so you know.
I don't I'm looking at my music app right now. So I can be reminded of some of the songs that I listen to on a regular basis. And man, there are so many. Baby Got Back. I'm gonna go with Baby Got Back because who doesn't love that song?
I mean, you can't not dance when you hear that song.
Right. Or Ice
We
Ice
are
Baby.
babies
Good
of the
one.
90s.
Yeah.
We are babies of the 90s, and we got back, and we got to.
I'm going to tell you guys something, and I actually need to do research on this. If you ever really want to, like, if you're feeling in a super crappy mood, and I don't know if it's just our Dollar General here in Palo or if all the Dollar Generals do it, but I bet they do. They have the most fire playlists playing in their stores. And I go into our little local Dollar General, and it puts me in such a good mood. You will literally find me dancing down the aisles, and it's usually some like 80s and 5s, but it's all like really great hype music. So I'm just telling you, if you're feeling down today, go to Dollar General and walk through the aisles, get some toothpaste or something.
And dance.
Yeah,
And
real.
I love that life tip, that life hack for rejuvenating during the day. No, okay, I'm going to try it. I'm going to see if my Dollar General has a hype playlist.
They
Thank
do.
you. I bet they do. I just I haven't been to one lately. I'll have to figure it out. Anyway, thanks again, ladies, for joining me today. Thanks for being my first guest of the third season of Not Your Average Neighbor. You definitely are inspiring and making the world a better, brighter place. And I just appreciate you so much. And don't forget to like, follow, share all the things. Not Your Average Neighbor podcast. You can hear it on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, and Amazon. So don't forget to like, follow, and share the love and register for you conferences March 25th and 26th right here in Marion, Iowa, and hope to see you there. Thank you.
thank you, Anne.